Hello Leo, hello Sagittarius, Elsie here to do your reading for the week ahead. Hello my fire family, how are you? I'm Sag Rising. Thank you so much for clicking here. My friends, I appreciate you oh so much. Thank you for being in the comments and all the love you've been showing on the videos previous to this one. Thank you so much for your clicks, for your comments, for being in the comments with me so I can get your energy, or just a silent thumbs up works as well. Thank you so much for doing that. So I'm here to do a reading for you Leo and a reading for you Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus and Jupiter. It's always going to be for the week ahead when you find these readings. So who should we read for first? I think it's going to be Leo, so Sagittarius, I'll see you in just a second. If you don't mind moving along to your part of the video, I will be with you there right quick. All right, Leo, we've got a new deck. It's new deck alert day, Leo. Here we go. We are using a deck which is really beautiful and sweet, but also kind of hardcore and punchy in the face, sort of. Energy, kind of like me. So it's called the Dream Ritual and Dream Ritual Oracle. We're going to start with those. And yeah, it's a really good mix of energy here, Leo. So let's find out what's coming up for you in the week ahead. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Tell us about Leo, please. If you're cross-watching for a Leo, thank you so much for doing that. I appreciate you. All right, here we go. This is for Leo. Okay, Leo, you're in transition, my friend. You're in the midst of growth. You're in the midst of something, my friend, here. Transition tells me that you're past the being buried in the mud phase. I want to say you're past that. I want to say that now is the time for you to grow. So if you've been going through a hard time, I'm going to say that maybe you felt like you were in the dark, or you know, you were a seed in the mud. You were being prepared for something bigger to grow, something bigger, way bigger. And you're in the midst of transition right now, I feel. And we've got inspire. Look, you never know when people are watching, Leo. You never know who's going to be inspired by you. You know, and not least your children. Like if you have kids, you need to inspire them to be better humans. And I think you're in the transition of inspiration. And I think your transition is going to be inspiring to a lot of people. The transition could be spiritual. It could be financial. It could be in your health. You could be in transition. Literally, maybe you are in transition, right? Physically, I mean. Yeah. And I feel like whatever you're doing, whatever the transition ends up being, once you're done the transition, I feel like you inspire. I love it. We've got trust and strength. Look, Leo, there's not a whole lot of people who can get by you, right? I feel like you're really strong. I feel like the Leo that I'm connecting to right now is someone who has only ever been able to trust their own strength. And what I mean is people let you down, Leo, over and over and over again. But we have strength, and you're familiar with this, aren't you? You're familiar with the storm and the rain and the high waves and the, yeah, I think that's the only thing that you've got to trust in this life. Because I really feel like your life has been tumultuous and that you've always had to be strong. And strength is the card of Leo in the tarot. I feel like you've always had to be strong, but I want to say that you're being built strong for a reason. And I think it's because you have to be strong enough to come through this transition and still have enough light to be able to inspire other people. All right. You are the inspiration. Look, those of you who are out there and you're having a really hard time in life, let it not be overlooked by you that you are being prepared for something bigger. That's why you're going through all of these things that your friends may not be going through, your other members of your family may not be going through. You're being prepared for something bigger. I love it. This is good energy. Look, you're being prepared. You're being prepared to inspire. Yep. You're being prepared to change someone's life. I see those as Ace of Pentacles. You're being prepared by changing your own life to changing the life of others. We've got illuminate. I think you recognize. Going into the week ahead, I think you recognize. You're like, this can't be all what this life is about. Just me having to be resilient and courageous and strong. There has to be some point at which things level out, and I think it's coming. I think it's coming really quick because there's an illumination about the preparedness or about being prepared. we have balance. So this, to me, in this deck, it feels like time. So it feels like maybe the Wheel of Fortune, but it feels like this is a time for balance for you. It's almost 10:30. It's 10:24. That number might mean something to someone, 10:24. You might want to look at it and see if it's an angel number. Oh, yes, we gotta look on the rest, yeah. We got balance, we got barrier, soul, and calm. Look at this, release. I love it. It's telling us in the future, it's exactly what you're doing. It says you're releasing barriers so you can have balance. And the reason that you're able to release these barriers is because of the balance, because of divine timing. It's fated that it happens now. I feel it's time for your soul to experience what it is to feel the calm. But it's the release that's important, right? It's you who has to have patience in the release. Patience that things are going to move in the direction that they should. But I don't know, Leo, that patience is your number one priority. You're not exactly a Taurus, right? All right, let's look at some tarot. Let's clarify for you, Leo. Tell me what's coming up for Leo in the week ahead. Please clarify these energies. All right. Tell me about Leo. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the week ahead. It's always going to be for the week ahead, whenever you find this. Oh, Leo, if you're interested in a private read, please know that there is a sale on. You will find everything you need in the description. Please look at the flowers. You will find a code there that will give you 10% off of any of my services until the end of October. I'll keep reminding you. All right, here we go. Transition. Tell me about the transition and inspire. All right, this one came out first. All right, you're making some sort of transition. You know what it feels like? It feels like you're carrying energies with you from lifetimes before. Unresolved karma. See, this is what happens, right? We get into the next life and we think that, because we've left the other life, it's done, it's over. It's not, but it's your energy, right? It's like your credit score. It follows you everywhere, right? It's your spiritual credit score. And it is, I feel for you right now, your transition is from lives before. I feel like you are resolving karma or learning lessons or learning your karma so you can move forward. And I think that this transition that you're making right now is going to inspire someone either from your childhood or someone that you have known for a very long time, or maybe they've been following you around in lifetimes. But there is a Six of Cups here under transition. So it makes me feel like the transition could be from, that you're finally cleaning up karma from lifetimes before. But I feel like the transition is in a soulmate connection, that something is in transition. So if there is somebody that you have on the mind that you think is the soulmate, I feel like there is a transition taking place in that relationship. So maybe you realize they're a soulmate, but they didn't realize it in you. I feel like there is a transition happening. Somebody is being inspired to do something here. We have the Six of Pentacles in reverse. The Six of Pentacles is not necessarily ready to give you more. This person is not really sharing, right? They're kind of looking over their pentacles and thinking, do I have the, pentacles are energy, right? Do I have the energy to give to you and you and you and you? Or do I have to cut out 3 and just concentrate on maybe 2 places that I'm giving my energy? So I want to say that the Six of Cups and the Six of Pentacles in reverse tells me that you are in this transition of either becoming this soulmate or realizing that you have some sort of a soulmate connection. But the Six of Pentacles in the reverse is telling me that you're not quite ready for it, that you're still in transition. You're not quite ready to share your energy, give one-on-one reciprocity. You're not really ready for that right now. But I feel like you will be inspired to do that. I'm just going to say. So I think you know that there's a soulmate, but I think that you are in a life position right now where you're in transition with something. And you cannot put all of your energy into one thing. you have to, it's like you're spread really thin and it has to be that way for a bit. Tell me about trust. Trust for Leo. Trust that you're going to be able to move on from this space. You know, it's not a bad life. It's a bad moment in life. You're gonna get over that hill as well. So I feel like this is energy that you're going to be able to move away from. I feel like when you do decide to move away from this idea that I can't, or I'm spread too thin, or I don't have enough, to once you move along, I feel that all you move along with really, it almost feels like this is the end of the transition. It feels like that you need to trust in the path, or trust to where you're going next, because this is the chaos. Being in transition can be quite chaotic. And I feel like the Six of Swords is saying that you're disconnecting from the chaos, or not feeling like you aren't enough, or don't have enough, or can't complete some sort of soulmate transition here. You're supposed to trust in the journey, trust in the lessons that you've learned all the time, because that's what all this time, because that's what the swords are. They are swords are these, I always feel as a reader, the Six of Swords, why would you take it with you, right? Why would you take them with you? They're heavy, right? But I feel like these are things that are really important, lessons and communications and connections. So I want to say that in this transition period, I feel that you will learn how to disconnect from things that are not good for you, things that are depleting you. You will learn how to disconnect from those things and know that you're going from the chaos to the calm. So if you're able to disconnect and move on, it's a good thing. I think you're supposed to trust the universe, because I think that's the pilot of that boat, right? We've got water underneath the boat. Yeah, we've got water underneath the boat, and I feel like without the water, like the boat's not going anywhere. So I want you to trust that the universe is once you get the boat in the water, go with the flow, is what I want to say. Once you get some movement, just go with the flow. Go to the place where there is no chaos. But listen, if you're living in chaos for a long time, this can be scary too. Going to the calm can be a scary place. We've got strength. The thing is I think that you are ultimately, this is how you've been powered your whole life. And I'm not going to ignore that there's a boat, and a boat. Is that a boat? No, that's a crab, sorry. But from a distance, it did look like a boat. But we've got a couple of boats. So I want to say that, this is very interesting, because in the time of tumultuous, waves and all of that, it feels like that's when you had to have the most strength. It's when you decided to actually cut away from it and not endure it, is when the calm comes for you. All right, so we have the moon, who is the energy of Pisces and Cancer. Yeah, I think you'd rather be alone than be in chaos, to be honest. That's what it feels like. I want to say that that you're in a place of flux right now. I feel like you're being asked to go with the flow. Although the moon is dark and can be some scary things there, because you can't really see anything. It's all lit by moon and starlight. It can be a place where, things look different than they actually are. And I think it's a little bit scary for you, as I was saying before, to move to the calm, because the swords is moving to the calm, and the scariness can come in the moon energy. I think that you know how to thrive in chaos, but I don't think you know how to thrive when things are going well. Because if you've lived in a lot of chaos, you're living in Chicken Little syndrome. The sky's falling. You always think something is going to, come to interrupt your calm. Yeah. So I think you're supposed to trust in the journey, trust that the water underneath you is being supplied by a source, yeah, to carry you, to make you go with the flow. And it can be scary, because I feel as though you are going to a place of calm, and I don't think you're used to that. Tell me about prepare. It's like this illuminate here. It says illuminate, and then I feel like you're going through a place that is dark, but is calm. Do you know what I mean? Like you might have to deal with some things along the way, but I feel like you're going to a place that ultimately is calm, but feels a little fearful, because you're used to living in this tumultuous energy. So we have illuminate, and these two things, it's like the universe is lighting your path, but in the not in the brightest way, because the universe is doing that so you'll learn to use your intuition. So you'll learn that everything that you see is not necessarily as it is, right? That's the moon energy. Things are not as they appear sometimes. We've got prepare. So I think you are setting out on some sort of a passionate journey here. Something that is going to strike fire in your heart. I think that's what you like. There is a passionate opening or a journey, something brand new here. It could be relationship, but it could be something else that puts a fire in your heart, like, you know, something creative that you love to do, or something else other than a relationship. But it definitely could be passion in a relationship. So be prepared for the beginning of a new path that will be very fiery. Look at that. Look at that. Leo, there is somebody who's being prepared for you. And that is your soulmate, your true soulmate. I think you've gotten a glimpse of this. I think with the moonlight, which is not very light, we know that, right? It's always, it's stars and then the moon and then the sun, right? The stars give us a little light, the moon gives us a little more, and then the sun gives us the ultimate brightness to see everything. I want to say that you've had a little glimpse of this, is what I want to say. It's almost like the universe hasn't shone the light on it, because you're supposed to take it in small pieces and digest it slowly. But I feel that you have some sort of a crazy good or crazy passionate connection with someone that you feel is connected to you in a way that no one else is connected to you. In a way that maybe you can feel them, that you can't stop thinking about them. This is soulmate energy, and I was feeling it back here, that you've been dragging someone along, or they've been dragging you along. Like, I feel like your energies have been quantumly like entanglement. Yeah, a quantum like entanglement between two energies. It feels like there's that you had to clear some karma before this chaos, before this beautiful thing could happen. And I think it's coming here in the middle. I love this reading for you. Look at this. The Magician. You've got all the tools, my friend. All the tools, but I don't think you could see them or couldn't feel them. Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords. We've got the King of Pentacles. It feels like here that you are the magician, right? You are the one who knows that you can make any decision to open any path. I think right now you're using the Ace of Wands as the magician. You've realized that that's the path that you want. The Knight of Wands and the Ace of Swords tells me that you would like to talk to someone or speak with someone, open a conversation, and shed some light on why there's been no stability in a connection, possibly, or at your job, whatever it is, take it as it resonates. But I feel like what you want to tell this person, King of Pentacles, is that you want to give them stability. You want to be stable. That you want to have this justice of being stable, having stability, being dependable. I feel like somebody here wants to talk, or you want to talk to someone, possibly, take it as it resonates, flip-flop it as you need to. You want to talk to someone about, can we go from this place of, just living on passionate desire? Can we go to a place where we are stable, where there is stability? Okay. Let's clarify just a little bit for you here, Leo. This is great energy. I'm telling you, I haven't had this kind of Leo energy in a bit. So thank you for that. It feels very upbeat. It feels very positive. It feels like, Leo, I think that you're coming out of a dark time, or a place where you felt it was dark. Maybe you were lonely or dealing with things on your own. And honestly, when we don't get a chance to clean our karma or clear our karma when we're here the last time, like I said, it's not like it's forgotten and ended and done. You're taking that karma into the next life. And so sometimes you get to a position where all you're going through is one trial after another, but it's all about clearing up the karma. Okay. Let's take a look here. Tell me about this transition. So I feel like You are going to be inspired to complete this transition. It's soulmate energy that I feel it's almost like you're coming to a realization that there is somebody here on the earth that is connected to you in a spiritual way. And it feels like you need to try and make time for this person, but I don't think you're ready to do that right now. Although the Nine of Swords in the reverse tells me that you're no longer worried about it. You're not looking too far in the future now. You've decided that you've got to deal with things in a basis which is here and now. It's always good to plan for the future, but we can't keep our attention there because then we lose gratitude for the present moment. So we have the Hierophant in reverse. Okay, so I think that the reason that I think you need to come through this transition before you realize what it is that you actually want in this life as it pertains to this soulmate connection. It feels like what you want is a non-traditional relationship. You don't want to be stuck within boundaries. You don't want someone to tell you to step left or to step right or what to wear. Or, you know what I mean? You don't want to be fenced in. So I feel that in the midst of this energy here, I feel like you will be inspired. It feels like you will be inspired to take care of things in your own way. You're not going to follow anyone else's rules. You know, the Hierophant in the upright is kind of staunch. I follow this, I follow that, I follow the book, I follow, you know what I mean? They're following someone else's rules. When the Hierophant's in reverse, it's like, I'm spiritual. I will listen to myself. I have a higher self. And I'm also going to make my own path. I don't care what your book says. I don't care what your doctrine is. I'm doing my own thing. So I feel like it's the inspiration comes with, you know what, maybe I can have everything that I want. Maybe I can have a soulmate and have the Ace of Wands. The inspiration starts to come here with the Ace of Wands being in the reverse. Now, being in the reverse because the Six of Pentacles is in the reverse, because you're not ready, you're carrying too much and you're clearing karma. But I feel like that you are no longer worried about being who you are, being authentic and being yourself. And it's given you the hope that you could someday reach the Ace of Wands, which I think that you do. All right, we have trust. So trust in who you are. The King of Wands is Leo. Trust in who you are. It's about the radical acceptance of the present moment for you, Leo. I think you need to accept yourself for who you are, all of your flaws, all of your scars, and all of your wins in this life. They are all equal. None of them carry a heavier weight than the other one. So I want to say that the card of trust is here, and strength, that's who you are, trust and strength. You've always been able to trust in yourself and that you're stronger than anything that has ever come at you. So I want to say you're supposed to trust in going with the flow, but also being authentic and being yourself. Being the King of Wands, who's a little more stable than the Knight of Wands, right? Bringing a little more stability, but is never going to forget their passions. Is always going to live within passion and live impulsively and want to be, you know, doing things on the fly and not really, I mean, you can plan, you'll have to because you've got the kingdom, but you're still going to live through your heart's content, which I believe is fire. We've got the Three of Swords. And we've got the Strength in reverse. So it's very interesting that Strength in reverse comes up on Strength, because I feel that in order to get through this portion, as we move into the week ahead, it might be around midweek or maybe even end week, that you are working through the last of the dark moments. It feels like you do come to an acceptance. Look, there's going to be shit in the moon energy, and I'm not going to be able to get to that right now. You're not expected to heal everything overnight, but you are expected to be open to heal everything overnight, to be able to go within. I don't see the strength in reverse as weakness. I see it as inner strength. It's somebody who's trying to keep the momentum or is trying to build momentum. I feel that you've been hurt a lot. The Three of Swords is here. You've had a lot of disappointment, Leo. People have disappointed you a lot. I feel you've always had to go inward, had the inner strength, tried to figure it out by yourself. And I feel like this is a time that I feel is coming to an end, I want to say. Should you decide to do this, should you decide to take the preparation here, the illumination that you have this soulmate, I feel like you don't have to do it alone is what I want to tell you. You don't have to be in the moon energy alone. There's someone here who has been selected for you and sent to you. Someone who is going to be or who is important in your life. It might be someone that you're not necessarily speaking to now. This could be someone who is a friend. But I think that you're very attracted to this person if they are your friend. I want to say, if they are your friend and you're very attracted to them, this is probably the one who is the soulmate. A soulmate, Leo. Please understand, this is one of many that you came here with. This is one of many. So please don't get stuck on anyone's soulmate, right? And believe it. Soulmate, karmic, whatever it is, they can be unhealed. So be careful. Tell me about the preparation for the illumination. I think that you're probably saying, look, I've never met a soulmate. I don't have a soulmate. There's no one in my life, Elsie, whatever. But I'm going to tell you that coming up in the future here, it looks like some light is shed on the subject. So we've got light up here in illuminate, and we've got a light between the two of them. It feels like you see somebody, you finally see somebody for who they really are, and you feel them. You're preparing to send a message. So I don't think you have just yet, but the preparation comes with the Page of Swords in the reverse. Feeling like you have enough information that you can move forward, but hesitating in the movement. So I feel like you want to speak with someone, but you don't know what to say. Because the pages are young, between the ages of 7 and 14, they don't necessarily have a full command of their language. They don't have, what do you know when you're 14? You know less than when you're 40, right? So this person is just learning. So it feels like you don't usually talk about feelings or talk about happiness, because the Nine of Cups is here, that you don't usually express yourself in emotion. You probably express yourself in maybe your love language is to buy things, but you express yourself in stability, being dependable, being where you say you're going to be at the time you say you're going to be there. I feel like you don't use a lot of words, but you use a lot of action as it pertains to the way you love. That you're more about action. Because the words are hard for you. I really do think at this point the words are hard for you because you have spent so much time in the moon energy. There they are. The Queen and the King of Pentacles. Look, what you are manifesting is someone who has and will give you as much stability as you will give back. I feel like you should never lose this Ace of Wands energy for this person. I don't think it's possible. But I think that this is going to be a power couple. These two, they speak each other's languages. They manifest what they want. They're very stable. They have finances. They're interested in growing their pentacle world. They have a lot of material things, but they speak the same language. And because they do, it works perfect. They are soulmates. All right. You're seeing it from someone else's side here, I feel. And the Hanged Man in reverse is here to say you're about to have a eureka moment. I think it's this illumination under here that you have this soulmate and that it's the one that you're incredibly attracted to. And I think you're about to open a new path. All right. I'm going to go for now. Thank you so much for watching. I thank you, Leo. I'm out for now. Love you guys. Bye-bye. All right, my Sagittarius peoples, it is time for you. Thank you so much for waiting here for me. I appreciate you. So we have new deck alert. We have a brand new deck that we're using. It is called the Dream Ritual Oracle, and it has beautiful energy. I found it to be quite sweet. Like the depictions are really lovely. I found it to be quite sweet, but it is hard hitting because all it is one-word prompts. So it can be a little tough. Be a little, very exact or very, a little Queen of Swordsy. Do you know what I mean? Loving, but very honest. Okay. Here we go. This is for Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. This is for you for the week ahead, my Saggies. As I said earlier, I am your Sag sister. So I have your energy right here. Let's take a look at it. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. What's coming up for you for the week ahead? What's coming up for Sag in the week ahead, please? If you're cross-watching, thank you for doing that. Appreciate you. Tell me about Sag. We have manifest and barrier. Some blockages. Trying to manifest the thing that you want. We'll look into that with tarot. What else? What else? We've got soul. Oh, interesting. That's a mirror. It almost feels like it's like something that you see in the distance, like you're leaving somewhere. We've got closure. Interesting. You're getting closure on something because you're leaving somewhere. It looks like it's a mirror, right? It'll reflect what's behind you. Like, I feel like it's what's behind you is something that's going on here. And I think that you're cutting something out, or you are going to be doing some sort of a ritual or something over the full moon energy is what I think, because this full moon is here. Yep. And it is also, the full moon is here to help you with the barrier. I think that whatever the barrier is, I think that you should try and purge that over the full moon. Now, if you go look on the internet, there's a lot of different rituals that you can do under the full moon in order to release things. And sometimes, we can release them through meditation, we can release them through words, but if you're someone who likes to do something physical along with that, a really easy thing to do is to write down the things that you want to disconnect from and then burn those things, have gratitude in that note. But just a few lines on a piece of paper and then burning that somewhere safe where you don't cause a fire that hurts anyone. It is important to have some sort of closure. So write it down in a journal. Tell the universe what you're letting go of, whether it's in meditation. We've got reframe and receive. You're open to the universe. You're open to, any messages that are coming in. And I believe that because you're ready to receive, you are going to be able to reframe this, whatever it is. We're going to look at it. It's going to take you to the calm, because you're going to realize that the whole purpose of this was to learn some lessons here. Look, you have been getting synchronistic things in your life for a long time. And I think what it's been doing is telling you that it's time to let something go and reframe your life. It's time to receive messages from the universe. It says here, calm, purpose, synchronicity, and balance. So I feel like you have been receiving a lot of signs. And I'm not just talking like looking at the clock every hour, 101, 222. A lot of people can do that. But listen, I think that weird things are happening. Animals are looking at you strange. People are just approaching you for no reason and asking you odd questions. It feels like there's synchronicities that are going on. You might be sitting on the sofa watching a TV show and you say, oh gosh, I need a glass of water. And that person on the TV at the same time says, oh gosh, I need a glass of water. You know what I mean? It's like weird synchronicities. It's been trying to tell you that things are about to come into balance, but you must be calm enough to receive the lessons so you can reframe your life in the way that's best for you. Alrighty then. Let's take a look at some tarot here. Sag. Tell me about Sagittarius for the week ahead, please. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. Sag, if you're interested in a private read, please know there's a sale going on right now. 10% off until October 31st on any of my services. Please look in the description where all the flowers are. You will find a code to take to Wizio. There's a link to Wizio there as well. Thank you. All right. You're manifesting your wish fulfillment, happiness. As happy as you can be without maybe having someone offer you that last cup. I feel like you have decided that what you're not manifesting is a person with a first name and a last name. You're not manifesting, like when we start to pigeonhole our manifestations and say, I want this person, first, middle, and last name. And if that thing is not for us, we will wait a lifetime. Well, and it will never come to us because it's not meant to be ours. But I think your manifestations have changed, Sag. I think what you're manifesting now is emotional happiness, your wish fulfillment. I feel like you're putting bigger words, broader words. You're seeing the bigger picture here. And you're starting to manifest what is good for you, not what is good for others. And you can't manifest things for others. You can only manifest things for yourself. You can manifest those things for yourself and then use action to bring that blessing to other people, but you can't manifest for other people. Okay. We've got barrier. What's the barrier? The barrier is communication, I feel. Feeling like you're running out of time. Feeling like you got to move really quickly. Time is an illusion, my friend. And although I know we have a limited amount of years on this earth, time is the illusion. Time is for the corporate world. Time is for the matrix. It's not for you. It's, when you're in a 9-to-5 job, you're stuck to the timing of the matrix, right? You have to be there when they say be there, and you have to leave when they say leave. But I feel for you, the barrier is that you feel that time is moving too fast, that you're never going to be able to have a chance to enjoy your manifestation before time runs out. And I want to say to you, it's not running out. The world would like you to think that you have to be married at 20, have children at 25. You know what I mean? Like, it feels like the world puts people on a schedule, and I think that you feel like you're running out of time because of what society is telling you. That at this age you should have that, at this age you should have bought a house, and at this age you should have this kind of wealth. And I feel like it's not working out that way for you. So sometimes you see that as a barrier. In your soul, what you want is you want all of it. The long-term relationship, the commitment, you want, more money than you can handle. It feels like you want the total and complete package, children, a spouse, in your soul. I feel like that's what you want, but I think that you're starting to get some closure, and I think you're starting to leave this perfect Disney ending behind. Like, it looks like kind of a perfect sort of setting, doesn't it? Beautiful, cozy home, the lights on inside. You can tell that there's a fire, so it's warm in there. The moon is here, lighting the way. And I want to say that there's something that you're leaving in your rear view mirror. And I don't think that you're leaving it there. But what I think is you're not going to be obsessing on this so much anymore, because I feel like there is closure coming. There is something that you are leaving in the past. And I really do feel for some of you, it might be a relationship that you thought you were going to get, or a relationship that you really wanted. You may have journaled about it. You may have asked the universe, but that's the thing, right? You realize that if you keep asking, you keep making the hole for the manifestation to come through, you make it so small by just saying it's this or it's nothing. And then you get nothing, and then you get upset that you get nothing. So I think what you're doing is you're not necessarily ending this dream, but I feel that you're leaving it in the rear view mirror in favor of closure. And because I think that this closure, in the Ace of Cups, it's really interesting. It's like, you know what, maybe it's not for me right now, because you're at the Nine of Cups and you're waiting for the Ace. You're waiting for the long-term relationship and somebody to love you forever. That's the next step, because it feels like you think that you're running out, but that's your barrier here. That's your blockage. And I feel like when we're in a hurry, sometimes we make mistakes, or when we're in a hurry, we will take the shortcut. And, sometimes it doesn't work out that way. The shortcut sometimes causes more delays than anything. But I think that you have decided that you're not giving up on this idea of long-term relationship and family and all of that. But I feel that you're getting some closure, or allowing yourself, giving yourself some closure. You're reframing it, right? You're like, I don't have to have this right this moment right now, but I feel like you are going to reframe it. And I think what you're going to do is probably focus on yourself. And I think the reason for the change of mind for you is because of your willingness to receive this energy or these messages from the universe. So there's fish up here. It's all abundance, right? And below here, oh, as above, so below. Okay, understood. But there's nourishment here. There's fish. Fish are money. Fish are abundance. And I want to say that you don't see it coming. You're receiving it, but you don't realize it. It's a blessing to help you reframe this stuff here. Tell me more about Sagittarius. Ooh, fire sign's giving me good energy today. I appreciate you. All right. Oops. Okay. All right. Reframing. I'm going to take this one as well. Receive. So, we're not going to ignore that these fell out. We'll look at them. It looks like there is a Three of Cups, a Four of Wands, and the Four of Pentacles. You are holding on to the idea that you will have this one day, that you will have this, that you will have the happiness, the celebration in the Four of Wands. And that is, living together, having someone who is giving you stability, but still having fun and going out and being passionate with each other. And so I feel like that is coming in the future. So we end up with the Judgment card under reframe, which is really interesting, because I think the universe is telling you, look, it's not over. what is resurrecting here is your ability to be able to carry on forward by yourself. And I think this is a big risk that you take. You receive the information that it is a big risk for you to just decide to leave this behind for now and go forward by yourself, learning lessons, taking risks. And it feels like this is a time for you to It's the time for you to do whatever it is that you want to do, but please be aware that the Fool in reverse does indicate that maybe it won't work. It is about taking risks, but listen, if we don't have failures, if we don't have, well, I don't even think they're failures, they're lessons. We're supposed to do things that we're not good at so we can fail, so we can't complete it, or it's not for us and we realize it, and we do that because we need to find where our resiliency is. If we're not resilient, what are we? So I feel like the Fool in reverse is a warning saying that it is time for you to take a few risks. And it feels like you were that person in the past where you were like throwing caution to the wind and I'm just going to do this and I don't care what you say. And I want to say that it's time to resurrect that person. The person who's willing to fall off the edge with a few crystals in their hand, hoping that the universe has got them, right? Yeah. Sag, I'm feeling your energy of, yeah, it reminds me of Charlie's just showing me, in this deck is the, what is it? It's the Page of Wands, is the one throwing the wand in the air. Like it feels like that's what this is here. Don't be afraid of failure. Don't be afraid of something not working out for you. We have the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords in the reverse. So it feels like you might be in the future learning something about your abundance, or learning that maybe taking a risk once in a while is abundant. The thing is that I don't think you'll ever take a risk that will affect you terribly. Like, look, the Queen of Pentacles is still here in the future, right? Who is stable, who has their pentacles, who has enough, and then is helping other people as well. So I think that the risks that you are taking are not necessarily dangerous. I think that you are willing to take some risks, but I think that they will be grounded risks. You're not going to do anything weird and crazy. It's going to topple your life, right? All right. But I do think you're being asked to take more risks, because you never know what is going to be resurrected in taking those risks. All right. Tell me about Sagittarius, please. Tell me about Sagittarius. You're manifesting the Nine of Cups. What is that? You're manifesting an Emperor. Look, I think that your manifestation is including an Emperor, but if you're the person who is not receiving this, I think you know why, and it's because the Emperor is in reverse. So for me as a reader, I'm not here to trash anybody. I don't think that the Emperor is a terrible person. What I think is that the Emperor energy, no matter who you are as the Emperor, that you're human too. And whenever one of the kings is out of whack, the Emperor's in the reverse. That's what I feel. So it feels like there is somebody here that you really want, that you want in your life, the person that you're manifesting, the person I think that you want to give you that last cup to complete this here, but you know that person's not ready. The Emperor is in the reverse. They're not being logical. This person's a conqueror. They want you to do what they want to do. They want to set the rules and make you follow. I think there's been silence with this person. And I think you've been trying to manifest them as the Nine of Cups. Hang on, I just threw a card on the floor. There we go. Nine of Cups in reverse. There, I was just talking about one of the kings being out of whack, right? So I think that your Emperor, Sagittarius, is someone who is not emotionally available. They are not someone who's able to share their feelings with you, and they do get overly emotional. This one's not in control of their emotions. They might be subject to tantrum-like outbursts because they don't know how to feel their feelings. They don't know how to express their feelings. So I think that there has been a silence between you and the King of Cups. Look, interestingly enough, the King of Cups carries a cup, right? All depictions. Usually the King of Cups is carrying a cup and it's right here. I'm just saying. So I think this is the person that you're trying to manifest. So for some of you who are whittling down your ability to manifest the world, you are putting it down to this one, I want that person. And that person's not coming by. So there's silence. What a waste, right? There's so many things that you could be enjoying and doing and meeting people and going places, and there's so much that you could be doing here. So a lot of people think because the thing doesn't show up at their door that they're supposed to wait longer. Sometimes that thing is just not for you. Don't waste your time waiting for it. If it's meant for you, it'll catch up. Whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. So we have the 9 of Cups here. And so I feel that what you want, your wish fulfillment, is to have this Emperor, but you know that they are not emotionally available for you. There's been silence with them. And you feel like you're running out of time. You feel like the blockage is that this person cannot access their feelings. Why do you feel like you're running out of time? You feel like you're running out of time because I feel like you are hopeful that this is going to work out, but you don't want to wait forever. So don't. Don't wait forever at all. Yeah. I feel like it's not time right now. Look, we have a 2nd king that's out of whack. Your person is learning to become a full emperor, is learning the lessons of the kings. And so this person is learning to speak up without being mean. Without being cutting with their words. This person needs to learn how to speak in a loving way, and they're not doing that right now. They're very cutting. I think that they don't mean to be kidding. I don't think they mean to hurt you, but I want to say that they've not yet learned the lessons. Maybe you have, and that's where the frustration arrives, right? The frustration can arrive where you are already evolved in these areas, and your person is not. Could be because of an age difference. But maybe it's not. Maybe it's just an evolving thing. All right, so you're leaving this in the rear view mirror for now, the perfect picture that you had painted. And that's why I'm not the girl who really gives you the outcome, because I don't think that we should be painting perfect pictures, because then we get stuck in them. And the soul, I feel, is this leaving something in the background or leaving it behind you for now. I don't think you're leaving it behind you forever, but you do need some closure. And I think you're giving yourself closure on that last cup, and you're just going to continue on with the 9 cups. You're going to continue on happy in your wish fulfillment. You're going to be doing things that you never did before, but I feel like this is on hold for now. We've got the Queen of Wands in the reverse. So Queen of Wands in the reverse, that's you, right? Sagittarius, Aries, Leo energy. Look, you could have some lessons to learn as well, but because the Queen is in the reverse. Nonetheless, what I think the bigger picture is here is that you need to spend more time with yourself. Self-mastery, working on you. When the Queen shows up in reverse, this particular Queen, she's not taking action. She's not moving. She's waiting for this, right? She's waiting for someone else to repair themselves because she's decided that the universe doesn't know more than she does. She thinks that she knows it all because in the reverse, she has an ego. It's a bit egoic, right? So I think that right now you're working on you, but I also feel that it's time for that. It's time for you to turn inward and work on the self, so you can have this closure. We have the 6 of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the 6 of Swords. You're moving on, my friend. Look, and it doesn't mean it's the end. It doesn't mean that at all. Sometimes it means that we just have to give ourselves closure and let this person go and be them instead of pressuring them into being what you want them to be. Or I feel like it's almost like you see their potential, because Sagittarius, you're quite psychic, right? You see the potential here, but I think that you're in danger of falling in love with the potential of the Emperor. That this person could become an emperor, but they are not. And that's the realization. That's the radical acceptance of the present moment. In this present moment, this person's not ready. I gotta move on. Because I don't want to be one person that this person is kind of got on a list that they're checking off. I want somebody's full attention. I deserve someone's full attention, and you do, for sure. So I have the 6 of Swords. I think that you are giving yourself closure and you're moving on, that the Ace of Cups is not in your story right now. And I feel like you're supposed to turn inward and speak to yourself about that. Yeah. It's time for you to... Oh, I'm seeing a boat with a hole in the side. Somebody's patching it. It's time for you to find out where the holes are in you. And I'm not saying as everyone else would look at it and judge you. I'm saying look at yourself. If you feel that hole in the boat needs to be patched, if it's going to take you down, if you don't patch it, then you should. It is up to you. It's all going to be different for everybody. So what are you reframing? That anything can be resurrected at any time. I think that's what the realization is going out of this reading here for you. That the 10 of Cups is here, the 10 of Wands is here, and the 7 of Swords. Look, I feel like what you will be receiving in terms of energy from the universe or a message, I feel is going to help you drop your burdens. It's going to help you be unburdened about the 10 of Cups, because I feel like you're carrying around this idea that somebody's got to bring you a cup, and the truth of the matter is maybe that's not what you're here for. However, if you take your eye off the prize and keep acting as though it's coming, then that is true manifestation. So I think that you receive information from the universe that had not been revealed to you before, that it is time for you to start taking little risks here and there, having some, how can I say, enjoying life. I always see the Fool in reverse as trying this and trying that all my life. This is how I've been trying this and trying that. Is that going to stick? Can I do this? Do I have these skills? And I feel like that's what you're supposed to be doing now. You're supposed to be figuring out who you are right now, because something is, and the thing is that I think you go into it with a realization, a reframing, that the Judgment card is available. Always. The Judgment is always available. Something is always going to resurrect itself or find you. Whatever's meant for you will never pass you by. And that's the story of Judgment. It comes when it's supposed to, not when you try and force it. So you can wait as long as you want. You might not even be on schedule to be with this person for the next 3 lifetimes, but you're going to waste 3 lifetimes waiting for this person. Do you know what I mean? Judgment card in the reverse. Interesting. So misjudgment, not wanting to take the judgment, not believing in what you're receiving at this time. I feel like the receive card underneath and with the judgment in the reverse, it makes me feel like you are receiving messages and it's going against everything that you believe. So I feel like it's like you are being admonished. You're being asked to let go of what your idea of resurrection means, what your idea of reconciliation means. I think that who you're supposed to be reconciling with is yourself, the old you, the one who is ready to go to a party, to jump on a plane in 2 days and go to Mexico and just have a great weekend. And that person, the spontaneous one that does things that light the fire of being able to take risks, but not in a crazy way. Yeah. Let's look at this here. Tell me about this. You are going to get justice here, my friend. I do feel like this thing does come together, but I'm going to say don't focus on it. Don't focus on it. Focus on you. Focus on your pentacles, your 3D world. You will get justice and passion. It may not come to you wrapped up like you want. It may not be the person you want. Because don't forget that the universe is always working in our favor. That person could have come to you 4 or 5 times, but you're so stuck on that one, chasing after the emperor that's not ready for you, that you're missing the resurrection that's coming. Someone is coming to give you the Ace of Cups. Maybe it's that emperor and maybe it's not. So keep your eyes wide open. Be ready to receive whatever the universe is giving you. Because I feel like right now you don't believe that there is going to be a new beginning, or that you feel like the universe has misjudged you and they don't know what you want and you know better. And I don't think that's what it is. I feel like it's coming to you, but I feel like it's not going to be wrapped up the way you want it. It's probably not the manifestation or the person that you want, is what I'm saying. So open up your manifestations to this. I want someone who pours into me like I pour into them. I want someone who makes me feel emotionally safe and emotionally happy. I want the wish fulfillment that I want because I want to be ultimately happy for me and not for anyone else. It's like the realization that all 9 cups are already here. All right. I think I'm going to leave it there. Look, there's some heartbreak, and I think it's going to be sad and overwhelming, honestly. But once you come to the wisdom that you are the Empress, things change. Once you realize your worth, realize you're in charge, you're the one making the rules, you can do whatever you want, go wherever you want, and do whatever. I suggest you all get it all in before this Judgment card comes, because that's going to change things too. All right. Got the 5 of Wands, beating yourself up over this whole thing not working out. I think you have so much more to look forward to, and some of it is beautifully energetic and is going to give you a lot of balance. What do we got here? Yeah. Ooh. You're going to make the decision. Yeah. Transformation. You're going to do it. You're going to go back to being your old Queen of Wands self. That's what you're doing. Yeah. Screw love. Forget it. I'm going to be me. I'm going to have fun. Look at that. Page of Wands. I think I did say that. I saw that in my head, right? Page of Wands. Yeah. Throwing your fun here, there, and everywhere. Go for it. Look, you have one life. This time you have this life. This is the time that you should be taking risks and having fun. Don't worry about the consequences for now. Just make sure that you're not doing anything that you're going to hurt yourself or anyone else. Just make sure that you're taking, even risks, right? All right, I'm going to go for now. Thanks, Sag. Love you guys. I'm out for now. I'll be back. Love you. Bye.